Welcome to Outdoor Madness, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. I'm Kerry Clark. Okay, so recently I got a question on how we attract hummingbirds to our yard or to our feeders. So what I thought I would do is I thought I'd show you guys exactly what we do, the different feeders that we've used over the years, and what works best for us now. So first of all, you're always going to have two problems when it comes to hummingbird feeders, and that is ants and bees. So you always want to make sure that you get a feeder that has a built-in ant moat and a bee guard. So I'll show you some of the ones that we've used. So this is one. I really like this feeder. The only reason I stopped using this one is because for some reason it started leaking out of the bottom. But it does have a built-in ant moat. You can see right there. You just basically put water in that, and when you hang it up, the ants will not cross that water. They'll go down the stream, but they won't cross that water to get into to where the nectar is. And it does have a built-in bee guard. So it is a good feeder. I just stopped using it, like I said, because it started leaking. Here's two more right here that we use. This one does not have a bee guard, and it doesn't have a built-in ant moat. The hummingbirds will still feed off of it, but eventually you're going to have problems with bees and you're going to have problems with ants. Here's another one right here. This one, the hummingbirds love this thing. I don't know if it's just the white flowers or what it is, but they love this feeder, but so do the bees, okay? And it does not have, what this actually is a double-decker, okay, feeder. It has another one that screws on top, but the one on top is bigger, and what was happening is, of course, the smaller one was emptying out before the top one, and I didn't like unscrewing it, filling the bottom one up, and waiting. So basically I took it apart and I used them separately. And I still use one of these occasionally, but you do have problems with bees on this, and it doesn't have a built-in ant moat. So we stopped really using those very much. Here's another one. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this. This is a glass one. Has a built-in ant moat right here. Okay, has the bee guards, but what I hate about this thing is it leaks. It drips. So what happens is, if you get just the least amount of wind and this thing moves like that, it just starts dripping nectar out. So that's why I stopped using that one. Okay? Now, just to let you guys know too, if your hummingbird feeders don't have an ant moat, but they do have a bee guard, you can make your own ant moats. So I'm going to show you something. My wife makes the ant moats. So basically what this is, you can go to Hobby Lobby, you can go to the dollar store or whatever, and you pick up these little plastic containers like this. And then some of them are like this too. There goes my phone going off. And all you do basically is, this is just a wire coat hanger. So you're going to poke a hole through the bottom of this, okay? Run the coat hanger up through there, and then you're going to get like a hot glue gun and just glue the hole there to keep it from leaking. And so then you hang this up wherever you've got your hook or in a tree or whatever like that. And then of course you take your hummingbird feeder and you put it just like that, and you fill this up with water. Okay, so this by far is my favorite feeder. This is what I have right now. I have I have 5 of these right now. You can get these on Amazon, okay? 2 of them for 24 bucks, and I think you can get 1 for 12. But these have a built-in ant moat right here that you can see. Built-in bee guards, but what I love about these is when you take it apart, okay, see how big the opening is on this? It's so easy to get the nectar in there, and this holds 32 ounces. So for us, I fill up this every 2 days. I have 5 of these, and every 2 days I fill them up. That's how many birds we have right now. Okay, so that's one thing. It's your feeder. So you got to pick the type of feeder that works best for you, but make sure it has a built-in ant moat and a bee guard. Okay? Another thing about this feeder too that I like, if you just take this, okay, and you twist it, it opens up, okay, and you can clean it. You know, if you get any mold or anything in there, you can just clean it like that. You put it back on, and that's it. And it doesn't leak. I've never had it leak yet on me, even when the wind's blowing, it hasn't leaked. Okay, so now let's talk about where you place your feeders. Now, I think pretty much anywhere where you place a feeder, you're gonna get a few birds, but what I've noticed is when we place our feeder like under a patio cover or some kind of shelter, we get more birds coming. So if you notice right here, when I was building this cover, the birds were actually coming. I mean, hummingbirds were flying around me and I didn't even have this cover built. And now that it's built, for some reason, they're just attracted to it. And we have, I mean, at one time, I think I've counted, this feeder right here has 10 ports. And I counted at one time 3 feeders and each port was full of birds. So that's 30 birds that we had. Okay, so this feeder, like I say, has worked the best for us. It's the easiest. It holds the most amount. Like I said, 32 ounces. And even if you get this, you know, and you don't have a lot of birds yet, just don't fill it up all the way. Just put a little bit in there. But I really like this. This is our favorite feeder. This has worked out the best for us. So now when it comes to nectar, I mean, we, just like everybody else, when we first started using the Hummingbird feeders, we bought the red nectar because it was already there, it was made, and of course the birds did feed off it every once in a while, but they weren't really drawn to it. So we started making our own nectar, and let me tell you, the stuff we make is like crack to these hummingbirds. They just love it. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna get regular cane sugar, okay? This is C&H, but you can use any kind of generic brand, but just regular cane sugar. No brown sugar, no beet sugar. It's funny because I saw on this one YouTube channel, it was a comment that a lady made, and she goes, well, isn't it better for the hummingbirds if you use brown sugar or beet sugar? And I'm thinking, you know, they're wild animals, you know, and they drink out of the gutter, they drink out of swimming pools. I mean, they're not like humans. So from what I found on all the other forms and everything, and what has worked best for us, just regular cane sugar. And what you're gonna do, you're going to mix 1 part of sugar to 4 parts of water, okay? So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna show you how I do this. I just take a pot like this. You don't have to boil the water. If you wanna boil it, you can, but you don't have to. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 1 cup, okay? There's 1 cup right there. Pour it in. I'm gonna do 2 cups because I need to fill up a bunch of these. Okay, there's 2 cups. And now I'm gonna put in 8 cups of water, okay? So what I do is, because the sugar does mix in, it does dissolve better when the water's warm. So basically what I do is, I'll put in 4 cups of this hot water. So there's 1. I should have turned my phone off. There's 2, 3, 4, and now I'm also going to put in 4 cups of cold water. I just use the warm water and the cold, I mix it together because I have noticed we've been having triple digits out here. And the one thing I noticed too is, you know, that hummingbird nectar gets hot during the day. And so when I replace them, I kind of like to put a little bit of the water a little cool because I noticed hummingbirds like that better. It's kind of like a cool drink for them. But it does mix in better if the water, or dissolves better if the water is kind of warm. You know? All right, that's it, okay? And then, like I say, this is my favorite feeder, so just take it off like this, and this is what I like. See how big that is? So I have a pitcher too that I pour this stuff in, then I can just pour it. But when it's really full like that, it's a little harder. So I just take my measuring cup. With it being so big like that, say you can just fill it up so easy. All right, just like that. And you take the bottom, screw it back on like that, turn it over, and then once I get outside, okay, since this ant mode is empty, I'll fill this up first. And let me get this up. And basically get it up here. That's it. So you're gonna hang this just like that, and that's it. That's all you do. This is what works the best for us, and we have just been, like I said, getting more and more hummingbirds, and it's fun. It's enjoyable. So thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. That's what works best for us. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, turn your bell on. Let us know what you guys use, what works out best for you guys on your hummingbird feeders. And stay tuned. We got a lot of really good shows coming up. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on Outdoor Madness. I'm gonna go turn this phone off. See you later.